Thanks for joining me on American Zarathustra. This is part of a short video series looking at some of my older art. And if you've seen the other videos, that you know that I did a lot of study of art in Asia. This kind of landscape that this woman is growing out of there's a lot of kind of Asian art techniques that's used in landscape painting that I'm doing here. It has a very graphic, line-oriented type of art. So here I'm exploring or struggling with the idea of combining a traditional Western figure drawing with this kind of Asian art tradition that I learned for many years, and then creating this sort of abstract background to contrast and give an aesthetic quality to the piece. So this is a strange piece. A lot of times I just obey my instincts. There's a sort of a deeper psychological place that these images come from, and I generally have had the rule to just obey that instinct. And, for example, there's, things that occur in our dreams all the time, and we don't understand them yet, so we try to make meaning out of them. I'll just kind of lay it out more clearly here. I in a sense, this is a symbol of man's struggle with our own nature. And that's a theme that is in a lot of my earlier work, struggling with the human nature. So what symbolizes nature here would be the landscape, the organic nature of the paint, this kind of washy, kind of gushy, wet-looking background is very natural. It's, in a sense, you're letting go and letting the materials behave on their own. Whereas this kind of line work in here is very controlled and very, it smacks of human culture and the human hand. It has almost a calligraphy quality to it in its way. There's certain structural elements that show space and meaning. One rock is in front of the other, and that indicates a kind of a 3D space. And then here, this figure is clearly based on, classical Western art. The use of light and shadow, foreshortening, that's essentially Western, essentially. So here is kind of a break-off point where I'm leaving the Eastern tradition of art and striving more towards the Western, at least on an artistic level to some extent. So I find this strange and fascinating. I almost don't believe that I did this piece. I don't know how or where it came from, but sometimes artwork is really just that, I don't know how to say this, but I feel like it can exist just for aesthetics, just for beauty. Not everything has to be rich with meaning. We often bring that ourselves, we kind of attach meaning where maybe it doesn't exist. But that's part of the beauty and the meaning of art in some sense too. So this is sort of a look into my own mind. So how can I go from this to art for white well-being, art for the white political identity, pardon me, art for identitarians, art for the white political sphere? This is something that I'm really struggling with. There's no, an instruction book on such a thing. I'm going from, a past where I studied Asian art for a very long time into something that's more centered on Western art and Western kind and white well-being. All right, leave your comments below. Please share, subscribe, and have a great day.